Hey y'all, it's your girl Toyia T, and today we have an amazing show for you. We are all about woman empowerment, and this show is no different. We're talking about women's health today. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you into our amazing guest. But before I do that, I do need to mention we have platinum sponsors this month of CET, a PBS station. We also have Life Anew Behavioral Health sponsoring us, keeping our programming available to you. And with that, I'll go ahead and welcome in my guests. We have Pamela Nygaard with Genexi Health. We have Aisha Payne with Profusion Infusion. And last but not least, Doreen Williams James with Wild Herbs and Plants of Bermuda. So we're looking forward to getting to know you ladies and learning a little bit more about your stories and how you got to this healthcare space. So welcome in.
Thank you.
I'll,
Thank you.
thank you. I'll start by having you just do a brief introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got connected into the healthcare space. Whoever wants to start, you can kick us off.
Okay. Well, my name is Aisha Payne. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm also certified in manual lymphatic drainage. So I've been in healthcare for a little over 15 years. I worked from CNA to LPN to RN,
Okay.
something I have a love and a passion for. But what really got me is there was no control over the quality of care. I worked in
Mhm.
skilled nursing, hospital settings, and home health. And the bottom line was I could only control what I do. I didn't have control over what everyone else did, the bureaucracy and the red tape.
Right.
So I was trying to find a way, what can I do different or how can I make a change? And to be able to cater to people. I like to provide a concierge service and
Okay.
everyone is elite, no matter what their demographic or where they come from.
So
And so,
what did that lead you to? What's the business that you're in now?
so I decided to start IV hydration and vitamin infusion service. It started out as mobile concierge, to now I've expanded to a physical location in addition to having the mobile. So that way we can take care of people and not just hangovers, because I'm in Vegas and that's the common misconception, Vegas hangovers,
Right.
but it's for health, wellness, and medical stability.
Okay.
We want everyone to focus on their inner health, their outer health, to be able to reach new levels and actually do that self-care. So whether you're recovering from being sick, whether you're an athlete and need help with your performance and recovery, or you're one of us and we're busy and we're always on the go and we have to keep our immune system strong. That's where we come
Absolutely.
in to help provide that for your health and wellness.
Well, we'd love to learn a little bit more about that. So stay tuned. You have to hear more about Aisha. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. My name is Doreen Williams James, and I live in the island of Bermuda. I am Bermudian. And by profession, I'm actually a funeral director and embalmer.
Oh,
And and I actually specialize also in wild edible plants that grow in Bermuda, teaching people the importance of eating from the land and promoting a healthier lifestyle.
absolutely. Well, we're looking forward. I'm always about healthy living, making sure you're living off the land because listen, we're going into that space. So we're listening, Doreen. We want to hear more about that.
Wonderful.
Last but certainly not least, Pamela.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm Pamela, and I used to work for the big bad insurance companies. And as I saw those costs continue to skyrocket I mean, really inflating at one little per month or 12% per year, and people are just getting sicker and sicker, I felt like I really needed to do something different. And what helped not only save my grandmother, but then also saved me from being paralyzed as a very early 20-year-old is the use of global medicine. And that
Mm,
might be regenerative, environmental, naturopathic, integrative, any number of these other modalities that all the other countries use. And we just figured out that Western medicine was pretty narrow in its scope. And we're now bringing those tools through the use of AI into America and all across the globe, in fact. So We look at DNA, nutrient
Mm.
deficiencies, and find the personalized medicine root cause to help people have optimal health.
Nice. So we're hitting all the way across here. You know, we're getting the technology, we're getting the land, and we're making sure that we're getting those vitamins that you're missing out on. So this is going to be a very fruitful conversation. Y'all better listen in, okay? So I'm just curious, when you really think about, you know, healthcare, there's been so much that has evolved over time. Obviously, we're talking about now incorporating this AI, right? Technology based. But there's just a need for us to really look at how can we go back to where we started and use what the earth is available to us to heal from, because obviously medicine is a big business, but there's a lot of opportunity for us to just go back to the basics, but then also layer on what's new to the world in order for us to be able to heal from that. But when you think about the evolution of healthcare, what do you think is going to change in the next 3 to 5 years when you think about how those things have already evolved and what's going to continue to evolve? What would you think are going to be the biggest evolutions that we'll see in healthcare?
I'll jump in first and I'll say I think absolutely the use of AI, but for the use of personalized medicine, when you can get a medication that is accurate or dialed for your DNA, and conversely, we're utilizing just a nutritional supplement that is built for your DNA. It's been mind blowing the impact. Even as we started beta testing this and I started using it, things that I didn't realize were, if you will, an issue completely resolved.
Mm,
And it's been fascinating. I mean, just silly things like water retention, you know, how we, like us ladies, tend to have a little bit more around the ankles sometimes or around the belly, or just that desire to, like, okay, I'm full, I'm satiated, that, you know, maybe as kids we were better at. And it's
mm,
amazing how your DNA can impact that. So I think personalized medicine is absolutely going to be the wave of the future, utilizing DNA, nationality, backgrounds. And I really think that people are going to demand a little more access to great practitioners in other states. So telemedicine is going to be a really big, important key. So access, utilization, and then really providers being paid for great outcomes, I think
mm.
will be definitely something else that impacts healthcare going forward.
Okay, I can see that. What about the other two ladies? What are your thoughts?
I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Pamela there. Definitely the telemedicine is becoming a bigger part, especially with how the seniors are becoming more debilitated, and it's more of a challenge to get out to go to the doctor. I've also noticed that there's been an increase with concierge medicine and direct primary care practices, which tend to be more of a membership base. So that way it provides easier access to your doctor where you can literally text or call them. You do your virtual appointments. If you have to see them in person, it literally takes 2 minutes. You get in, you address your concerns, and then you leave, where you're not having the extended wait times or having to wait 6 to 8 weeks to get an appointment.
And what's the concierge medicine that you mentioned, Aisha?
So concierge medicine, it tends to be what they would call direct primary care. And most of the time it's a membership base. So you pay either a monthly fee or an annual fee for the direct access to your provider. So
Mm,
for example, you know what, I don't feel good. And instead of going to urgent care and sitting there for 6, 7, 8 hours, let me just text my doctor, hey, I'm not feeling good. I think I might have something in my throat. Can, can I come in and see you? And usually within that day or sometimes the next day, you can get in to have your appointment and not have to call, leave a message, wait for someone to get back to you, and then have to wait an additional couple of weeks to be seen.
mm.
And
Okay,
that's
so it
really
gives you like more expedited, kind of like when you go through TSA check, pre-check.
right. So it's more of a concierge service.
Okay,
So they're
gotcha.
kind of getting away from doing, your traditional, in addition to now they're getting away from your typical insurance and getting more into health shares. where
Gotcha.
you basically pay into it, but you have more of an immediate access to it, where you're paying for care and not for coverage.
Okay. All
Mm.
right. And last but certainly not least, Doreen, we want to hear from you. What do you think is going to change?
Well, what I'm finding now is people are going more towards the basics, getting back to the basics of health and eating properly, holistic, naturopathic. Um, People just want to get off of more of the medications. And so they're leaning more to self sustainability. So that's the route that a lot of people are going. And they just want a healthier lifestyle. And so we're definitely heading in that path as well.
Going back to the basics. I know that's absolutely true. I know after coming out of COVID, I would get heartburn. It was just like out of control. I didn't even know what heartburn was until I had my daughter. So then when I started getting heartburn after COVID, I'm like, something's got to give. And my cousin told me to start eating oatmeal in the morning.
Mm.
So, honey, I've been eating oatmeal every morning. I don't care if I hate oatmeal, but I eat it every morning because I cannot have heartburn, and the oatmeal stops it. I don't know. It does something in your stomach, I guess, to just coat it so that way that it's not as imbalanced as quickly. I don't know what exactly the science is behind it, but listen, the oatmeal's working. I ain't changing the oatmeal.
Something very simple and basic.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it works, you just stick with it. It's like, let's just get back to the basics.
Yes.
So, what are some of those things? I know we all have our own little nuances, these little small things that you do that are healing or that you swear by in terms of ways to heal your body, whether it be from sickness or to keep your immunity. What are some of the remedies that you swear by that you highly recommend to others to try?
I always say your food is your medicine and your medicine is your food. And a lot of the foods that we eat creates different diseases, majority of diseases. So it's more of a lifestyle for me. It's called the 8 Laws of Health.
Hmm.
It's actually an acronym for New Start, which is nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and trust in divine power. So if you follow those 8 laws of health, you're on the right path.
And what's something from the earth that you think that we should definitely try to consume at least once a week, Doreen?
Stinging nettles, most people are familiar with the name nettles, and that
Okay.
is one of the most powerful plants or herbs on the planet. And it helps to actually balance a woman's hormones. So a lot of women have issues with their hormones, whether it be menopause or other issues with the hormones. The stinging nettles is a powerful plant for helping to balance the hormones. You can eat it as greens. You can make a tea with it. You can juice it. It's you could use it in many different forms. So a
And what is it?
stinging nettle, or people would say nettle.
Nettle?
Yes, the
Okay,
stinging.
I have to research that. I never heard of that.
Yes.
Okay. So what about the rest of you guys? Anything that you swear by that you think folks should try out from a health standpoint?
Uh, I'm prone to catching some type of cootie bug every year. Usually, no matter what I take or what I do. But what I do to get over it is an old concoction of apple cider vinegar, peroxide, Himalayan salt, and water, and gargle with it, fairly warm. And any of that raspiness, that itchiness, 24 hours is gone.
Okay, so repeat it again. Apple cider vinegar,
Equal
peroxide,
parts, yeah, apple cider vinegar, peroxide, sea salt or Himalayan salt, and water.
and you warm it
So
up.
warm it up probably about maybe an ounce or so, and just gargle with that 2-3 times a day. And it just, I don't know what the composition of it does, but it just eliminates it.
And it's just all equal parts.
Equal parts. Just gargle with it, spit it out. It doesn't taste very good, but the results, and you'll feel a lot better after.
It don't sound like it tastes very good.
Yeah, a combination of that and my favorite, which is alcohol and Epsom salt baths that I do maybe twice a month. And that helps with, the inflammation, joint pains, small, light swelling. And plus it helps your body to relax.
So you put what, rubbing alcohol in with the Epsom salt?
Yes, ma'am. Usually like isopropyl alcohol or the green alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe a couple ounces of that in the hot tub, bath water. Add some Epsom salt, like a cup of Epsom salt. So we don't have to worry about, as women, any irritation or throwing the pH off. But
Okay.
it does help with all kinds of minor aches and pains that after 25 we experience.
Okay. You said after 25, huh?
I would say after 25.
Okay. What about you, Pamela?
Oh man, I've got a couple, but we're going into allergy season, so I'll just mention the real easy one for allergy sufferers, and that is get hyper local honey. Buy honey that is made as close to your house or work as possible, because the bees are using the pollen, the flowers, the trees, the buds that are in your neighborhood and in your area. And if you just, throw a little bit of that in your coffee, put it, use it, honey, however you want to, or you can even just take a little spoonful of that. And it sensitizes your body to your local area, and it kind of desensitizes so your allergies don't flare up. I mean, I've had people that are like chewing Claritin and all the allergy medications like it's candy, and within a week completely overcome a lot of their allergies. But I would say the other big thing that we hear all the time is these people, myself included, that suffer from just heavy fatigue. And, we think, well, gosh, I feel like I was in bed long enough, but I just wake up so tired, right? Yeah, we're all just, I even call it like you can almost feel the fatigue on you because it's almost touchable. You could almost palpable. And what we have found is that it's usually one of four things. Our tool helps people identify exactly which one or which ones it is. But I will tell you, it almost always boils down to either vitamin D deficiency, a vitamin B12 deficiency. And I know I usually can tell a little bit about why that's the case and why both of those being more fat soluble vitamins or the breakdown in the stomach, you can't really take them as easily like you can many of the other water soluble vitamins. The third item would be iron. And then the fourth one could be magnesium. It is one of those four. And I tell you, it is amazing. We call them love mail internally, but fan mail all the time from people that go, man, I thought I was depressed. I thought I was just getting old. I couldn't get off the couch. And they just, within days. The good news is you'll know within days if it's going to turn the fatigue around. But we've helped a lot of people get their energy back, their vitality, be able to play with their kids, or even just, start walking or going on a workout routine that so often people want to, but if you don't have the energy, you just can't. It's just no fun. It's almost impossible to scrape yourself off the couch and go be active when you have this heavy fatigue on you. So those are my tips.
Absolutely.
I have a
I
question.
know that I'm iron deficient. I've been trying to get my iron together, but I don't know. They don't seem to have a solution. They have pumped me with iron time after time, and I'm still iron deficient. So,
Ooh, I have an idea for you on that one. I was just in a conference or meeting a little bit about that, about what things bind to iron and make it unusable in your body. So, I'll zip you. We'll talk later.
okay, sounds like a plan. What did you have something, Doreen?
I wanted to ask Pamela, does it matter what type of magnesium?
Oh, it does actually. And that quite frankly has been a fascinating topic. I swear there's at least a dozen forms of magnesium. And each of them are really good at certain things. So my sister suffers terribly from migraine headaches, and magnesium glycinate changed her world. Absolutely changed her world. For people that maybe are a little constipated or deal with some stomach issues, other forms of magnesium work great for that. But and then also if someone is athletic and they're, not even marathon runners, but just someone who's a little bit more active tends to get muscle cramps, Charlie horses, anything like that. Magnesium is really good for working out the muscle cramps as well. But yeah, each different format is kind of targets a certain part of the body, and it depends on what ailment you're trying to overcome that it can be more beneficial for.
Pamela, can you talk a little bit about how the app works, so that people get an understanding? I don't know if you offer like a trial period or anything like that, just so that people can see what exactly AI, informed healthcare looks like.
Absolutely. Yeah. And in fact, we have revised and we've now created the Health Genie, and it's powered by Genexi. But what the Health Genie does, because let's face it, as good as doctors are, any human cannot remember all the information that we get. So what we did is we took medical textbooks, about 50,000 medical journals that are peer reviewed and accurate. We took all the mapping of the DNA and the human genome and plugged that into a great big computer. Then we spent several $1,000,000 and put about 500 classification of medications into the system, about 400 different blood tests, cholesterol to your vitamin B12 levels, all the way into your inflammation markers and blood sugars, etc. And we threw them all in a gigantic computer and said, bring the most accurate, scientifically accurate, and most likely treatment plan for each person based on what symptomology, what nationality, age, zip code. And then as a kind of a final coup de grace, we work with the world's foremost environmental toxin expert. And so we added toxins by zip code, so both air and water quality. A lot of people go, well, I filter my drinking water, but they forget that they don't filter their shower water, and your body absorbs more shower water and toxins like arsenic, cadmium, hydrochlorophyll, etc., through your pores as you're showering. All people do drinking water. So we threw all this in a big, gigantic computer brain, and we allow people to you do a very simple, easy health assessment that we've all done before, but this one actually gives you personalized answers for medical solutions. So we are all about finding those global solutions for optimizing people's health and making it easy and inexpensive for people to access it.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to learning more about Genexi Health. I think the whole concept of it is amazing. So I'm sure folks will be reaching out. If you can give your contact information, we're in our last 5 minutes of the show. How would you like people to reach you?
Oh, you know what? I'm on LinkedIn a fair amount, but honestly, people can contact me. My email address is pamela@genexihealth.com.
All right.
So I'd love to connect with you there. And then we'll also keep you updated on the new technology and new things that are coming down the pike for the Health Genie.
Absolutely. And Aisha, do you have any parting words and contact information you'd like to give?
Yes, definitely make yourself your priority. Make time for your health. Otherwise, you're going to be forced to make time for your illness. And you can reach me. You can call me directly. You can send me an email. You can find me on Instagram, which is the Profusion Eye LLC, or visit us on the website.
Or Facebook.
Or Facebook.
And Doreen, any final words from you and contact information if folks want to know how to eat from the land?
Remember that your food is your medicine and your medicine is your food. You can contact us on Instagram, BDA Wild Herbs, or even on Facebook, Wild Herbs and Plants of Bermuda.
All right. Anybody have any last moment? We have about 3 minutes. If you have anything that you say, you know what, I really wanted to say this, but I didn't get a chance to. Feel free.
I'm kind of stuck there.
You got
I
it
want
all
to say, I want to say, you know what? I think in this day and age, what I love is that people are smart, they're astute. We have so many tools at our fingertips. Your health is within your control. And, you know, I think a lot of people tend to feel like they can't control it or they don't know how. And that time's past. It is time to be able to take control, understand this amazing functioning body that we have, and to feel great again. There is no such thing as we just perpetually get old and peter out. I believe that the human body was meant to function at a pretty strong level and then fall off a cliff and die within a couple months. This is not, you know, degrade over decades and then slowly get miserable. So, yeah, absolutely. I want to say that I'd also want to remind people that medications, and this is really to Doreen's point, medications are just plants that have been have a molecular change so that they could be patented in the laboratory for consistency and for monetization. And that's great, but often we can get the same nutrients that are symbiotic out of our foods. So kind of going back to what our grandparents knew and how they lived is a beautiful and easy way to do it, and certainly will save you a lot of money over medications.
Yep. Holistic and natural approaches to health.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do your research,
Mm-hmm.
work with, herbalists, specialized testing that Pamela offers. Those things would help to have the best outcomes, in my opinion, for your overall outcomes, as opposed to doing the traditional antibiotics or medications that's been synthesized that also has really bad side effects, and you have to take another pill to counteract those side effects.
Right. Right.
Definitely do your research.
Yes. And your body will heal according to the conditions you give it.
Mm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they learned something from us today, ladies, because I know I did. I can't wait to continue the conversation online. I'm sure people will have some questions for you guys. We want to thank you again for coming out and sharing your knowledge with us tonight. We have all the way from Bermuda, Doreen. We're so glad to have had you. And Pamela and Aisha, we appreciate you guys giving us your time tonight. With that, I'm going to go ahead and thank our sponsors. Thanks again, ladies.
Thank
This
you.
episode of The
Thank
Plug
you.
is sponsored by the
Delightful.
following companies. At the Platinum level, we have CET, a PBS station. CET is your home for the arts in Greater Cincinnati. Also at the Platinum level, we have Life Anew Behavioral Health. Life Anew Behavioral Health is a boutique mental health agency that caters to those who would not normally knock on the door of a behavioral health organization. They strive to take the stigma out of mental health so that more individuals seek the assistance they want and need. For more information, go to lifeanewbh.com or call them at 216-417-1007. At the gold level, we have the Healing Center. The Healing Center offers practical, social, and spiritual support to individuals and families. If you are in need of a helping hand or you want to be a helping hand by volunteering, go to healingcentercincinnati.org for more information. At the silver level, we have Testament Tees. Testament Tees seamlessly fuses contemporary style with timeless wisdom, offering high-quality garments that embody God's inspiration and humor through intricate designs and thought-provoking slogans. Empower your wardrobe with values and laughter. Testament Tees, where style meets spirit. For more information or to place an order, go to testamenttees.redbubble.com. Last but certainly not least, at the bronze level, we have Today's Mail. Today's Mail is a local and over-the-road, on-demand, and scheduled delivery service who provides safe and sufficient deliveries. They can be reached at 513-300-0546 for all your local and over-the-road delivery needs. The Plug thanks all of our sponsors for helping us keep you connected.